All right. That was cool. Let me get right. That was Family Matters Underwater. The underwater edition. Stop sagging. Put everything a little closer. Welcome. Let's get cozy. All right, let's get cozy. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts. Well, let me get these angles. How are we looking? Looking a little high. See, again, this is the only show that adjusts the camera in the middle of the show. Trying to look like, are we looking? Looking okay? Trying to get my dad on. Trying to give dad energy. It's a good angle. All right, we're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing all right. Okay. Welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7 o'clock. Hit the zingers.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
Welcome back. I did a good playback of the episode yesterday, and my fears have come true. They did. The Morgan Freeman didn't make it. The Morgan Freeman didn't make the cut. The whole bit destroyed. I listened to the end of it, and I
Enough champagne to fill the Nile. Hello, no. Max Lawrence, you're putting yourself and everyone else away from me. Name a price. I need you to give me the golden boat if I have to. Who are you? The lasso of Hastia compels you to reveal the truth.
That's what happened to the ending of the show yesterday. It was like a Gal Gadot montage. It just took, the Morgan Freeman didn't make it. So as promised, I will play it today. Before we get into the affirmations, again, welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7 o'clock. Hit him with the zinger again.
We're going live at 5.
This is the family edition. Check it out. Gonna deep dive into the dry and the wet, but with family. It can happen. It happens all the time. Say what up to the chat. Hi to the chat. Chat. Hi to the chat. It happens. Happens all the time. It happens all the time. This full video, the underwater one, I'll put it up. I just made it for this. It wasn't really, I put that other reel out already. I mean, you don't get two. You know what I'm saying?
This is me right here, all day, every day.
But yeah, you don't get two. But if you, this full one, I'll put it out. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But it's the water version of all your favorite shows. I'll take myself. Like everybody else does. Like I say, guys and I could get a hand job. You should be able to watch movies on stream and give your POVs. Everybody cares about your POVs. Oh, keep in mind, like I say, tonight is the family edition. I am not a psychiatrist. I am just a nigga with perspective. That's it. So again, take everything I say today with a grain of nigga salt, niggas salts from niggas, something like that. Just take it with a grain of something. Just take it with a grain, okay? Let's not get I don't know what I'm talking about. Yada yada yada. I don't need it. I don't
need.
I don't need. I don't mind backlash, but I'll take it. But you know what I mean. Not that kind of stream. We're doing a positive thing. It's a positive thing today. Positive show. Again, dry snitching versus wet snitching. The family cut. No guests on the bottom today. That was yesterday's bit. It didn't even pan out. So, but we tried it. We tried it. Again, if you like what you're hearing so far,
you want to follow us.
and if it looks like hold on, if it looks like a mental breakdown, you know what to do. Help. Do something. Don't just sit there. If you see something, say something. Go, that kid looks like he needs help. Donate.
I wish a nigga
like, subscribe and share.
That almost sounds like a threat. I might have to switch that up. It's funny to me, but it might sound like a threat. It sounds like, oh, if I don't get if this doesn't work, I guess it's off to the loony bin or whatever. It's off to the whatever. I don't know where you go. What does that mean? What's NWP? No white people? Is that what that means? Is that no white people? What's that? I'm intrigued. All right, we're going to get into the affirmations. Again, welcome to Live at 5. The on the show starts at 7 o'clock. Hope I'm not too phlegmy. Clearing it out. Had a little, you know, but clearing it out. We should be all right. I don't know if we're going to get the tune. We'll probably get some tunes. All right, we'll do it. We'll do the whole thing. You know, it's a special Friday edition. It's a good day. I hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. Had a good night's sleep. Great night's sleep. You know, had one of my snack attacks where you know what it is. You know what a snack attack is. It was a good night. Went to sleep watching old episodes of Rick and Morty again. So what? They shouldn't have canceled it. That's my take. Oh, so bold. All right. Let's get into these affirmations. Let's take it from the top. I don't like to count them. I don't even like to peek at them. I'm reading them first with you. And then after the affirmations, I'm going to drop Morgan. And then we'll get into the show. I think that sounds good. How do you feel about that? What do you think? I thought the same. All right. Having a good day. Hope everyone's enjoying their Friday so far. And if you're joining me, I appreciate you because you could be literally all right. Picked it out in advance, the music. I figured out which one I want for today. It's Into Space. Well, that's how we started it. So we're going to keep that going. All right. As long as I get tone, so we get a little level. There we go. Like that. That's nice. Okay. Affirmation number 1. We're going to get into it. God reveals certain things to you for a reason. Don't ignore what he shows you. Again, God reveals certain things to you for a reason. Don't ignore what he shows you. So if he's showing you that you're great, be great. He's showing you that you're the worst. Stop being the worst. I don't know what to tell you. All right, go on to part 2. It's like, so man, I don't have to explain them to you. I ain't finna explain them to you what they mean. You know what I mean? Niggas with perspective. Word, shout out to the I niggas too. Always and forever. All right, let's get into number 2.
to that make you feel a certain way.
You can be anything you want in this world. Just don't be ungrateful. You gotta feel it. See that? Anything you want. But that is the truth. The option of not being a son of a bitch. You don't have to be a son of a bitch. Don't be a son of a bitch. All right. I like this one. I like them all. Again, if you want to check these out, it's Marcella Ponticello on Facebook. She drops daily affirmations for free, just like the show. On the house. Doesn't cost you a dime. Doesn't cost you a dime. We're having fun, right? Hope you're having a good Friday. We're making our way through the affirmations. We're doing good timing. We're on time. Yesterday was a bit, you know. As you can see, I put in my story, Instagram. Shouts to Instagram. So they said I was doing suspicious stuff, and I didn't understand what it was. I assumed the only new material is this stuff. It shows. So maybe something ain't right, but I don't really feel like I'm getting a hand job like Kai Cenat was. So I'm not sure what it was, but we got it all sorted and we're back. So it's all good. Let's get into it. Beat all the odds. Hold on. The name's in the. Beat all the odds. It's in the name.
The African American woman is the backbone of the black family, really of the whole American family. I mean, who wasn't raised by a black woman? I know I was. You know what?
Beautiful. Beat all the odds. Stacked up against you. How? That's what I say. All right. Going through them. DJ, bring the beat back. Be addicted to passion, not your distraction. Now, that's heavy because I'm a distracted ass nigga. That's probably a Dan. That's probably a Dan. I'm a Dan. I'm a distracted ass nigga. We're doing that today. First of all,
I was like standing on the corner drinking 40s, smoking weed. And so God like pursued me though.
So let's keep in mind, like I said, keep everything on a grain of nigga salt. What's a nigga salt? I don't know. It's Friday. We're making up words. We're doing new shit today. We're switching it up. We're doing sequels to shit that we didn't even know we was gonna do. Look at that. So we're switching it up. It's not gonna be the same thing. If you want that, you know where to go. Go to the Breakfast Club. Go to Joe Budden's. These guys got millions of ideas and points and valuable points. Seen a quote the other day. We'll get back to the affirmations. I'm gonna get to the quote. I'm gonna get back to the affirmation. Excuse me. Because speaking about money and knowledge, right? So I know it sounds like people with money, or if people with money watching this, if you have money watching this, shout outs to you. But yeah, if you do, and don't look, hey, if you have money, you watch. Hey,
we're winning. You see what's going on. So whatever you can do to help financially would be fantastic, because we have to beat it. If it's $5 or $10 or $100, whatever you can do.
If you are rich and you're watching this, yeah, for sure. Drop something. Now I'm gonna get to that quote about paper, and paper and position. So I know money is more important than intelligence. But can we please stop? Wait, I'm sorry, I'm messing up the quote. I know money is more important than intelligence, but can we please stop saying having money means you're intelligent? That was from Dr. Dot from Earth Gang. Heavy shit. How many times do we have to start? You know, you guys make it crazy. You know who I'm talking to. You fucking weirdos.
911. No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency.
You know who I'm talking to. You out there wet snitching. Making it difficult to tell who's the op. Can't tell who's the op. Because now everyone hates Elon Musk. That's mad dumb. Stop that. That's not real. That's not real.
Enough champagne to fill the Nile.
That's not real. But let's get back to these affirmations. They're called tangents. Look, what do you want? It's a free look. It's a free. Don't get me. It's a free show.
We're going live at 5.
Jeez Louise. Give an inch. Give an inch. What up, Dan? It's good times. We're having fun in the chat. Join the chat. Having fun in the chat. All right. She said, to feel denial. Gal Gadot, y'all chose her. Y'all chose that. Nobody wanted that. She can't speak English. Same thing with Sylvester Stallone. Same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Y'all keep doing that because you can't find good Americans that look like that. So now you got to get outside source. We don't get to outsource, by the way. We got Americans that look better than those Africans that you be booking. We have several Idris Elbas. Y'all don't have a whole bunch of Gal Gadots. You don't. You really don't. There's no hot white women left. Not without plastic surgery. And I'm not talking about overt plastic surgery. Crazy. You don't have it. So that's why you got to outsource. We don't get to do that. Even when you throw in Africans for some reason, even though we got 6 or 7 Lapitas. We got Lapitas. And the rest of them. The Wickets, that crazy witch lady lost all that weight. Whatever, man. But I'm just saying we have our own. Y'all don't have backup. We got, you throw in our shit. You're messing up our shit. You make it. We don't need Africans to play us. We look just as good. The Americans look just as good. Y'all the ones that need to be replaced. You only got one Chris Pratt, and he's run out of steam. Not really. Electric State was good, but you know what I mean. Electric State was awesome. Electric State was awesome. All right. Tangents. Going on tangents on the internet. Being addicted. All right, well, oh, speaking of distractions. Just see, and you see what just happened? Whoa, that was meta. That was meta. I literally just read being addicted to your passion, not your distraction. And what just happened? Where did we go? That was crazy.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
I don't know what happened. I just went off the rails, but that's what happens. Be addicted to your passion, not your distraction. But if you are distracted, let it be in one or two things with your art and not while you're driving. Okay. Another affirmation. In the waiting, hold on, DJ, bring the beat back. In the waiting, that's when we discover ourselves. In the waiting, that's your, now we don't have to explain it, but that's your process when you check. You're growing, in your light, in your crystals. that's when you discover who you are. So that's great. That's nice. Again, in the waiting, that's when we discover ourselves. So, just gonna say what up to the chat again. Not me. I am not disconnected. I'm still connected. All right. And for the final one, TJ, we can cut that. You have already been chosen. So you don't need anyone to select you.
I don't need.
The African American woman is the backbone of the black family. Really, of the whole American family. I mean, who wasn't raised by a black woman? I know I was. You know what? I'm getting a phone call. So.
Okay, we did it. Those are the affirmations. We're going to do those every time. And now we're going to get into the family edition of the show. Let's get into the fun part. I'm always looking. Oh, whoa. Promises. Got to start it with Morgan. Morgan starts the show. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
We're going live at 5.
I gotta get a horn.
We're going live at 5. Ish.
Oh, you nasty.
We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, nasty.
All right. Let's get Morgan Freeman in here. He's gonna start the show, explain what I'm doing here, and then we're gonna get into dad mode. No kids. I feel like I should bring Morgan back. Oh, I should bring him back. If he's gonna do this, all right, look, just for tonight, Morgan comes back. Look at that. That was it. That was the Jimmy. That was Morgan. You heard the man. He's got to go back to the chaos. Just get my. That's crazy. All right. All right. So now that we know the difference between the two, it's no shame. We could go over it again.
The snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch.
All right, we could go over it again. Yesterday we broke down the difference between the wet and the dry, but again, it's like making fried chicken, fried anything, wet hand, dry hand. This is my new thing. Look at this. You should probably do this. I Negroes. All right.
Regular, degular.
All right. Wet snitching is the opera. Full-throated declaration of what happened. He goes on stage. The person, if you've ever seen First 48, sometimes they hit the wall, they'll fall on the ground, and they go, and then he was over there, and he was like, and then he goes, what else happened? And he goes, the guy was, I swear, because I wasn't there, but he was, and they start rolling on the floor, and the cops are like,
well,
they're basically reenacting it so over the top. Either they're in on it or it's like they're really afraid of prison, which everyone should be afraid of prison. How do you go and watch food shows and all this? You don't watch The Bear and then go to jail. That's so dumb.
Now, who is a drag queen? A drag queen is a person, often a homosexual man, who dresses in highly decorated women's clothing and performs as a woman to entertain the audiences.
Again, like I said, the West Snitch, over the top, but it's straight to the point. That person did it. West snitching, that person did it. Easy, case closed. Now, get into the dry snitching. Back to the dry snitching.
This rat, this gnawing, key-eating fucking rat. And it brings up questions.
Silent assassin. You're the silent assassin. You go around planting fake breadcrumbs that never existed. You have your innocent observation as if you never did anything wrong and everybody else did it. You're a dry snitch. Everyone around you might have done it, but not you.
I wish a nigga.
It's nasty. You know what that is.
Oh, you nasty. Nasty bitch.
You use passive aggressiveness as a weapon. You use it as a weapon. Why would I? How could I? It's the worst. That's got to be the worst. I mean, listen, all around it's bad, but again, I mentioned yesterday, the only reason why is the deniability, the denial of the over denial of deniability. You don't do a plausible deniability, excuse me. You don't have, it's not you. Never could be you, but it's probably you. It's probably you. Yeah, just, again, people who just, if you don't know what happened, shut the fuck up.
Okay, well.
And I love if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You can get all these things from anybody else online, but I thank you for watching this. If you're watching this, I appreciate you. You know what to do. I'm out here just trying to make it happen. And we lost the button. All right, we lost the button. All right, no harm, no foul.
What are we talking about?
What's the button? Okay. All right. So the main purpose, the point of tonight was the family portion of the show. And you know what it is. You know what it is. Shout out to Morgan Freeman. I'm going to explain, just like we did yesterday, the dangers of having a dry snitch relationship with your family relatives, and maybe we could see if how it equates to prison life. Because again, don't forget, like I said, the episode, I mean, the term itself comes from prison terminology, but I do believe it does happen to everyday life. It does happen in everyday life. So let's get into some of the ways that we could get into that together and figure out why it matters. Why what the hell I'm saying matters, okay?
I was laying on the couch. I heard pop, 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 pop. And that's what I heard.
Okay.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Let's do it. So outside of kids just being kids,
I don't have friends. I got family.
When you snitch on your sibling, I don't know, for those people out there who have siblings, if you don't have siblings, it can get tricky. It can get tricky because I got siblings, and you're just like, hey man, when you're little, you gotta be careful. It just kind of reminds me of when you watch those prison movies, when you're watching them and you're like, oh, okay, well, if I'll do this today, and I'm pretty sure this will never come back to haunt me ever again.
Stitches and raps are not the same thing.
That's not how this works, right? Of course it comes back. So like you'll be chilling, and then like your sibling remembers something you did 4 years ago. It happens. Or of course we could get, more familiarities when you're talking about when you're little and you keep secrets and you make promises to not tell the parent, and you go, we're not going to tell this person that, tell this person that. You're making a pact. You are making a pact to survive as children. You're like, hey, we make a click, because I don't know, it depends if you have one sibling or two siblings, but depending on how many you got in the pack, you do make a connection. And what you try to do is try to build a relationship to where it's a trust factor, where you don't have to worry about that person exposing you to, the mom, the mother, the parents. You don't want the parents to know. That's our pact. We keep our secrets from the parents. That's what you do as a kid, right? So when you go through those kind of vibes, you are building societal skills as well. That's going to help you when you grow up, because now you know what it takes. You just get a practice. You get a practice of what it takes to be around other people, personalities, and temperaments, and all types of shit, all types of.
They're so excited for you to be a part of this experience, the fans. So you want to leave?
They'd be feeling like that. You'd be feeling like that, and that's the overwhelmingness. That's why it's like,
I don't have friends. I got family.
How many people you see online are constantly putting up things that are like, oh, blood is not always family. Blood is not always family. It's real shit. A lot of people are just 86ing the term that it has to be a relatable thing. And I understand that, especially if you grew up without any siblings. A lot of people, I don't know, because the new generation too. Anybody fucking.
911. No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency.
That's not the one I wanted to play, but welcome to Live at 5. If it's your first time joining us, this is Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7 o'clock.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
And by all means, if it looks like some sort of emergency, some sort of breakdown, you know what to do.
I wish a nigga
would like, subscribe, and share.
Don't just sit there. Don't just watch it happen. Don't just watch it happen. Help out. If you think he's looking at a nigga, you say a nigga need help, then help a nigga then. Help a nigga then. Is that another one? Help a nigga then. Maybe that's hanked. We'll get into them. We'll get back into that. I was having fun with that. All right.
Jesus, Julie, what are you doing? Letting anybody in here now? He might be a knock or anything. Are you a knock, mate?
No, I ain't a knock, and I don't give a rat's ass what y'all doing in this place. I'm just looking for some answers.
Same. All right. So, like I said, we talked about what a dry snitch, what a wet snitch is. We did that yesterday. We could get into it. I was going to break down why it matters. So again, welcome to Dry Snitching, Wet Snitching, the family edition. Let's get into why it matters, or do you remember the time? That's what I needed. Do you remember the time button? God damn it.
Oh, you know what? If they were Sean John sweatpants, it would have been fine. But because they're Costco brand, it's like the worst thing I could do.
That has nothing to do with it. That's what you don't get.
It's okay. It's all right. So let's do this. Let's talk about why snitching as a kid. What's the effects? And like I mentioned earlier, if the connection that you do have with your siblings or whatever, it helps you grow as a person. It teaches you social skills, talking with your hands, do stuff like this. Where's my boo button? I don't have a boo button. You wish. All right. So yeah, those skills, you get those social skills. So then what happens when you're a bad sibling and you're doing bad things? You probably end up being a terrible person. So everything that could happen, what did he say? What?
Look, everybody is always good to blame and to always say what's wrong.
But we're not here for what's wrong. We here to make what's wrong right.
So it's like that kind of vibe where it's like, yeah, you could always turn out negative, just like the Gremlins. Remember the Gremlins? Damn. They were all good. All good. All of a sudden, you got what? Same species want to do different things. Some people just want to wild out, have friends, you know.
Regular.
It's
regular, no.
This is me right here, all day, every day.
God damn! They would do hood rat shit, and that's your prerogative. You could do that. And I will be getting a your prerogative button. I will be getting a whole section dedicated to Bobby Brown.
We're going live at 5.
So it will have an effect. The way you treat people, obviously, right? So we're talking about how does snitching as a kid affect you as an adult. So I had doing some research. So one would be the wet snitching. If you had a sibling who was a wet snitcher as you grew up, because everybody's gonna have one. You have one that was just like, hey, I'm authoritative, I'm in charge. You may have a plan. Now I'm talking to people who have siblings. Now, if this could have happened. Now, again, this doesn't. Okay, put it like this. If you grew up with cousins, siblings, whatever, it's all the same thing. I'm talking about if you grew up with your own family, younger version of your blood, this is all the same thing. It's all the same thing. So brother, cousin, sister, brother, whatever. But you know, I'm not telling you, we ain't talking about that.
A fucking pig.
talking about that kind of relation. I'm just saying if you grew up with your cousins and didn't have siblings, these rules all apply. This is what I'm trying to say. You have had to been in this situation once or twice in your life. So let's get back into it.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I feel like when you wet snitch your whole life, you shook it up. Now everyone either believes you all the time or people don't believe you all the time. But you did build up some hostility in the family because of the wet snitching. You brought paranoia. You brought on just an uneasy, fearful environment because of your actions. I don't necessarily trust this person. This person doesn't necessarily trust me based on your actions. That's the long-term effects of wet snitching on your family relatives. It will have a serious effect. Because you end up just losing, just have a fear, builds fear, paranoia. And it happens young. They you know your character traits and shit. I mean, you get those when you come out, you know.
The snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch.
Come out the womb like that. Sometimes you just come out like a snitch. I mean, it just happens. It's not. I mean, what are you gonna do? Not me. Not me. I was trying to figure out last night, would I be a dry or a wet? I don't know how to fight that well. I know how to defend myself, but I don't know how to fight. So I can't be a wet. I can't be a dry. I can't be a dry. I have to say what it was. Because if I do the breadcrumbs thing, it comes back to me. I'm a dead man. Never wet snitch. I don't think it helps out anything. I'm going down the list. Listen. It's just an aggressive way to live your life. It's like it's a more of a you're putting effort into destruction for no reason. That's real shit.
We're going live. We're going.
But okay, not to say dry snitching is always the safest. Again, when you're a kid, you don't know you're dry snitching, but you're better off. You're better off. I know it's like a slow. They call it like a slow poison or whatever. It's a slow poison because it's like it's just if you constantly go bam, that person did it. Like you're the innocent king. You're the narc. Oh shit, you're the narc.
Jesus, Julie, what are you doing? Letting anybody in here now? He might be a narc or anything. Are you a narc, mate?
You turn into a narc, so you can't really be that sort of person who always tells the truth because then you become a tattletale. And you know what's funny about tattletales? If you have good parents,
I don't have friends. I got family.
They would not praise the tattletale all the time. They would say, "Hey, stop telling all the time." See, that's good parenting. I feel like the new generation of parents, I don't know if they're making it known that you can't be praising the kid for snitching.
The snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga.
It's not gonna get him nowhere in the streets. He's not gonna have any friends like that. Not gonna have any friends like that. You gotta tell him that. You know, I know you like being a cop.
You're a fucking.
But again, nothing wrong with Captain America. You could be a hero, but just pace yourself. But as kids, you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to pace yourself. So you just want to do the right thing. You just want to drop innocent bombs everywhere. Nobody, you know who did it. You're Sherlock Holmes. it depends on how many siblings you had growing up, or you know, like I said, who you grew up with. You always had one that you would ride or die with you and would do all the crimes, and then you had one who would
This rat, this annoying, eating fucking rat.
They would just tell every time. They tell every time. You didn't even have to wait till you got home. You would know that they told what happened. And again, I feel like that sometimes that stuff does save your life. Of course, if you're one of those people who are, well, hold on. We're talking about what level of fun are we having outside, right? Let's not get too, of course, but how much level of fun are we talking about having outside? Are you hurting people? Are you doing bad things? So if you need that sort of regulation, you need that sort of guidance, please, by all means, don't pretend you're one of those people that I got this and you a whole, you know, you're a mess. You're a mess. Just admit you're a mess, for real. Because it kind of messes up the whole thing. The person who believed in you to not snitch said, hey, go do your thing. And you said, I never drank before, but you know what? You know what, cousin? Or you know what, brother or whatever at the party? I'll take 3. You threw up all over the thing. You ruined the party. That's you wet snitched on you. Don't lie. Doesn't help you out. Doesn't help you out. But again, being the innocent police is not also good. But you got to figure out your medium. You got to figure out your medium. Welcome to Live at 5. The only show starts at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
We're going live at 5. I don't know how. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
All right. It's the whole eggshells thing. What kind of eggshells you want to walk on around your people? You want the ones that you got to be thing, or you want to be able to smash. That's the difference between wet and dry. Nobody wants to creep. Nobody wants to creep. So you got to figure out how you want to, what kind of environment you want to build around yourself. But yeah. All right. I'm going to get into some of the long-term impact. I got some scenarios. I'll give you a good story. Is it story time? Let's do story time.
Snitches and rats are not the same thing. Let me break it down to make sure y'all see what I mean.
What up? What up? What up? Hope you appreciate that montage. I only do it for y'all. I don't do it for me. I barely get to listen to them, but I did listen to it last night, and I realized that Morgan was not in it, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" So that was a bummer, but that's okay.
You've got to love life to have life, and you've got to have life to love life.
It's beautiful when you appreciate sound. You ever realize that when black people smoke crack and when white people smoke crack, they sound totally different? Like, why when white people smoke crack, they sound like Ray Charles, and then when black people smoke crack, they sound like I want to say, what's it, Ray Charles? What's an easier joke? I could just say Stevie Wonder. That's a good joke.
It's also known as an algorithm.
Yep, I got that. All that jumping is making me nervous.
So, whoop whoop. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. That's my new thing, whoop whoop Friday night. I'm having fun talking about sibling memories, and I took a break because I was going to tell you a quick story, and I'm going to wrap it up. A perfect example. Shout outs to my cousin. If I say her name on stream, I don't know if she probably like that, but I will say her tag name. It's Siani, and you won't know what that means, and that's okay. You'll never find it, but I'm gonna say shout outs to her. She's my twin, and shout outs to my other cousin, Monique. So Sienna and Monique are my cousins. I could say their names. It's blood. It's blood. We're gonna go back down memory lane. There was a time we were remember I said sometimes you live with your siblings and then you also chill with your cousins. So we did that. I mean, if you black, you didn't have a choice. I know white people be like, we all hung out with our cousins. I'm not talking about that. You didn't have a choice, which meant it felt like going to their house felt like summer camp. You had to get the fuck out of your house, so their house felt like a better house just to be out the house. Y'all be going away. It's not the same thing. Please don't make me bring the They Not Like Us button back. Don't let me do that shit. There's a different show. We're having fun. We're having fun. But yeah, so we were playing around as kids, and we used to always have I guess I know most kids did that shit, the water guns in the house and all that shit. So he was doing that. Big time, having fun. Big time water fights. Having fun.
I don't have friends.
And just rocking and rolling, right? With the water guns. And all of a sudden, now mind you, my cousin and I are the same sort of we're the same age. I call her my twin. I got a twin song for her.
It's a word that some gay man made up.
So my twin, she would always head to head. So when I try to get her, she had to get me, try to get her, she had to get me. And I remember, because me, I am what they call a sore loser. Como se dice?
Jesus, Julie, what are you doing? Letting anybody in here now? He might be a knock or anything.
Go back to my home country.
No, I
You
ain't
can get reconnected with your roots.
Ask what y'all doing in this place. I'm just looking for some answers.
There better not be any Spanish
So, hey, first time joining, last time. I mean, I fuck with you either way. This is a good show. One of my favorite shows. It's live at 5. It starts at 7 o'clock.
We're going live at 5.
It's one of those shows that, like, I know you think you be hearing shit, but you probably don't be hearing nothing. So I'm just trying to do something. Let's get into that story. So yeah. So back to the wet snitching. Difference between wet snitching and dry snitching, right? So when it comes to family, so we're out. We're going nuts. We're spraying water everywhere. We're going crazy. I'm losing. Pop. Hit my cousin in the eye. Black guy. Female cousin. I was a young boy, right? We're talking, what, 8, 9, whatever. You know, the time where you could, the size you could fit on the sink. That's the type of age we was, you know. So, because we also broke the sink that day, so it was a wild day. But daytime stuff.
Is what I need.
Daytime stuff. We was having fun, but so when I popped her, black eye, right? What do you do now? Parents aren't there. Don't forget, we're cousins. We got siblings, cousins, all in the same crib. What do we do now? We're in trouble. So we got to come up with a plan. So now you got a dry snitch or you got a wet snitch. You see what I'm saying?
Rap snitches, telling all their business, sitting across the beat their own star witness.
You see, we can handle this one of two ways. You either have a Quentin Tarantino movie or some bitch ass Tubi movie where they all just snitch on each other. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you. So we had to figure out, you know. So I grew up in a very different sort of age range, a very awesome sort of age range where I was the middle kid, obviously the middle kid.
Snitches and rats are not the same thing.
Obviously the middle kid. Look what's happening here. Yesterday I was Morgan Freeman. Today I don't even want to say it again, but I kind of feel it. Got me out here dressed like Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, champagne and caviar.
Whatever.
Don't touch those, they're for guests.
James, we are guests.
My God, he's going to get her drunk and have his way with her.
Maybe Whoopi Goldberg got style. Maybe I understand her. Maybe I'm starting to understand, like, you know, you grow to love what you hate. Maybe that's full growth. I've hated her in my entire life. Maybe at the end of my time here on Earth, you become what you hate, but in a good way. Not like, why would you hate something bad? Why would you hate something bad? All right, well, so we're running around and we're trying to figure out what to do with this black guy. And, you know, we're doing the thing that the show said. We put the stake on it. We literally put the stake on it. We did everything they told us to do. The older person at the time was like 14, some shit like that. We were little kids. And so she said, yeah, put the stake on it. At the time, it was genius because it works in the show. That's why I have this in back of me. This is what raised us. If you are young enemy, if you're young enemy watching it, that's what's up. I respect you. Can't believe we're getting over the hour mark. I gotta wrap it in. I'm gonna bring it in. I just did that. I'm just trying to paint a picture. So yeah, so the stakes didn't work, right? So parents come home. We have choices now that can shape our entire relationship. We could say she could have said, we were playing a water gun fight. Leon lost and he punched me in the face. It's not even funny. I was a pussy for that, and I understand that. That that's why you grow up. You gotta grow up.
What are we talking?
No, it's a growth. We're talking about growth. That's what we're talking about. That's what this whole point. It's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of snitching and not telling on people. Maybe when you tell on someone, you're getting something that out of you that you should find in yourself, and maybe the one who keeps it within, but it destroys you. Maybe you should work on that. Maybe things should just be able to be without you being involved, but not to the point of desolation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if it's problematic, you're allowed to stay out of it. You don't have to be. A lot of people like to be nosy over drama shit. Nothing productive. You want to be. You are so involved in everything that's negative. No one wants to share anything. You don't want to big up anything positive. You love everything negative. To Satan. So yeah, so the parents came home and super tight. My cousin. Shouts to my cousin and shouts to FAMLEEE. She said we was playing water guns and everything got crazy, and I just fell and I hit my head, I fell and I hit my head on the sink, and that's what broke the sink. And then when the sink got broken, we had to figure out what to do with that. So we had to figure out how to fix the sink, and with the water guns, between the water guns and the sink, we don't know what happened. Nobody got beat. Trooper. What a black guy. Never snitched on me. Never. To this day. So.
Snitches and rats are not the same thing.
That's a story I want to share with you tonight. It's a good story. I tell it all the time. I'm frozen on looks like I'm frozen over here. I don't know why. Can't be. She said I was frozen. I said I'm frozen on Instagram. She's like, who knows, You never know. Instagram is on my hit list. But that's okay. We're still recording. Yeah. It's a good story. I'm going to wrap this up. Again, welcome to Live at 5, the only show.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
The only show that starts at 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Again. Constantly the leader, you're building your own distrust circle. Can't be the leader all the time. Mentally, you could be a leader, but you can't. Every good leader knows how to check their assessments and when's a good time or right time to call it. And you got to know when to call it. You got to know when to call it. If you keep calling it, you keep just calling it to call it just because you know the answer, you're that guy.
This rat is
pick me. You all three. Put your hand down. Sometimes you gotta, especially if you're not gonna put it up for a good thing. You gonna put your hand up just to snitch for real? Like to say like, oh, like, again, we talked about this yesterday. I'm talking about when it comes to family. I ain't gonna get into too many family stories. But again, that story to me happened in real life. It's just an example. So now it could have went a different way. I'm still connected with that cousin. We're close.
They're so excited for you.
I don't have friends. I got family.
We've hung out together. We've had poutine together. We're good friends. If she would have told on me that night or that day we were having a water fight, it could have altered it. Who the fuck knows? Who knows?
Enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Who knows what could have happened? So I like to think that may have possibly, you know, when you do good shit, and you know, I guess like the most moments when you're really fearful of something, it's gonna bad happen, and then the person steps in and then takes away that fear. Maybe that's the thing that sticks with you. I don't know, but I know that story sticks with me. There's been plenty of stories where we've been fucking playing around and having fun and shit and joking around as kids. But I'm like, how come that one was the one that sticks around? I'm guessing that's probably the one where the sibling stood up and was like, hey, I could do one or two things. It's called a catastrophe, or just like let it rock. I could be dry or I could be wet. And she chose to be a wet snitch, and that was like perfect. And that's why we still kick it. And shout out to Sienna. We still kick it. So I don't know what I want from this. I just want to establish the boundaries that we need. Just you can create boundaries. We could just set boundaries for ourselves and how far you're willing to go. Oh shit, we're on the 109, 1 hour and 9 mark. Well, I guess we're getting into it. It's Friday, so this is what I'm doing for now, because I got better things to do. Like, don't get it twisted. Don't you dare.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I lost the button that I wanted, but it's okay. What the character that she became after that, I think she's an immaculate person. Smart, funny, sarcastic. But like, I guess she was that same person as a kid. But like I said, sometimes you come out the womb.
The snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga, snitch, nigga, hoe, nigga, bitch, nigga.
And that's not your fault. What are you gonna do? Some people are clock, some people are Superman, right? You gotta figure it out. Shout out to Morgan Freeman. I can't believe they cut it out. I don't even know how that happened, because if you could hear everything I'm saying today, I played it the same exact way. Because like I started the show, I told you Instagram said that I was doing nefarious things, as if I was some sort of, I don't know.
The one who loves the baby best gets the baby. The one who hates the most the baby gets the baby.
It's not that kind of show. There's plenty of shows out there. The dark web exists. Kai Cenat is getting a hand job on stream, and I can't talk about snitching, apparently. And this one, God knows, Lord knows. Lord, I need a Lord knows button. What's gonna happen with this one? But this has been fun. I feel like I learned something. I hope you did too. We hit the hour mark. Just gonna do a quick closer. I wish I had something good, better than Morgan for you. I just happy to play Morgan today. I didn't get to play him yesterday. And yeah, I got Vin. Vin's here. I mean, come on, what do you want, right? It's a free show. It's a free show.
Follow us on Instagram. Connect on Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be right back.
Check us out, man. We're going to make it work. We don't have a choice. That's how it goes. And shout outs to all of the siblings who wet snitch, because it's very important. It's very important. It will fix your relationship. It will help you. Again, you don't have to live street life when it comes to family. That's why this is part 2. Street life, you don't have to do that with your family. You could pretty much spin some wheels. You could
Ooh, I mean, what better than this? Just a test.
You could spin a little bit. You could lie a little bit if it's gonna save your relationship for sure. Because like it's not worth it, right? Like the fact that you told that the parent that thing happened, or the whoever stole the cookie, and you lied about it and you didn't tell them straight up, but you told them straight up they stole the cookie, opposed to just saying like, I don't remember there being any cookies in there. You're allowed to do that. Your mother's gonna think that you're both are crazy because you're heisting, because she knows the truth. She's gonna know that one of y'all ate the fucking cookies. But if you both lie, nobody's to blame, and you both get beat, and I think that's the way you do that shit. Both of y'all take the shit. Just do it. It'll save you in the long run. It'll keep you connected. And the parts that don't work like that, and the ones that snitch and do that, you remember those things, and that connection follows you all the way to the top.
Yeah, all that jumping is making me nervous.
So it follows you all the way to the top, and you remember every little thing that happened, and so it kind of gives you that sense of that connection is not there anymore, or the connection is not as strong as you thought it was, or whatever. But I'm saying the what ifs. I gave you one significant what if was that person is still. I'm still connected to that person based on those actions that I still remember. I know projection, whatever, but if the people you grew up with, siblings, whatever, if you don't have any stories like that, you're in trouble. You have to have a story to where they have once had to wet snitch for you. And if you thought, because you're a lawyer now, because they've been dry snitching on you your whole life, and you feel like they've been dry snitching on you your whole life and gaslighting your ass, and that's why you got to where you wanted to be. Congratulations, you just sold your soul.
Did you feel that? Yes.
All right.
You know where that came? That came from me. That came from me. It was my doing.
We had the feud. We had Gal Gadot. We had Vin. Good show. Good show. I'm content with this show. Thank you for Instagram for putting me back on. I don't know what happened, but I appreciate it. Don't forget to love yourselves, and we'll love you right back. This has been Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7:30. And again, whether you're a dry snitch or a wet snitch, think about how you want to be buried, my nigga. How you want to go down. How do you want to go down? It's okay to tell, but how do you want to go down? This is not a sad show. This is a friendly show. How you want to go down? Dry or wet? Dry or wet, everybody. You pick your towel.
I don't have friends. Right. I got family.
Yeah, do the jig. Let's do the jig. All right. Whatever. All right. Listen. Love yourselves, and we love you back. This has been Live at 5. The only show starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to be early next time. Hopefully tomorrow we'll do a whole goddamn woke goat. And we may have the news coming back. It's just the news. The whole gang. Half the gang. It'd be me, Marcella, and Jesus Blackman. We're going to break down the news stories. You know how it was. It's been kind of crazy. Decapitations and penetrations and all types of shit. You know how it goes. So, yes. Thank you for joining me tonight. This has been Dry Snitching, the family edition, part 2. I had fun. Hope you have fun. All right. I'll see you next time. All right. Enjoy. And again, don't forget.
I wish a nigga would like, subscribe, and share.
Champagne to fill the night.